She secretly loved her billionaire boss for an entire year. But one night, he forced her to stand outside a hotel room and listen while he slept with another woman. The next day, when she finally handed him her resignation letter, the ruthless CEO tore it apart and said, "From today on, you're my girlfriend." Sarah had been Charles's personal secretary for a year, and during that time, she fell hopelessly in love with him. Handsome, powerful, and the president of Thomas Corporation, Charles was the kind of man every woman desired. But to Sarah, he was also cruel. He knew she loved him, yet he constantly toyed with her feelings. That night in the five-star hotel was the most humiliating moment of her life. Charles deliberately asked her to wait outside while he spent hours with his mistress. The door wasn't even fully closed. Through the mirror across the room, Sarah could see everything she didn't want to see and hear everything she didn't want to hear. Her heart broke with every sound. Yet as his secretary, she still had to remind him about his meeting. At 3 o'clock, she forced herself to walk in and say calmly, "Sir, it's time to leave for the meeting." Charles lay lazily on the messy bed smoking, while the woman in his arms clung to him. His voice turned gentle as he comforted the woman, a tenderness Sarah had never received. After the mistress finally left, Charles suddenly said coldly, "Let Sarah come in and dress me." Sarah walked into the chaotic room with her head lowered, while fastening the buttons of his shirt. She saw the red marks on his chest and the lipstick on his collar. Tears slipped down before she could stop them. Charles lifted her chin and smirked. "Why are you crying? Are you jealous?" Then he leaned closer and whispered dangerously, "You love me, don't you? Haven't you ever imagined lying under me instead of her?" Next second, Sarah slapped him across the face. The sound echoed in the room. It was the first time she had ever resisted him, and it instantly ignited his anger. Charles grabbed her, threw her onto the bed, and tore at her clothes in fury. "You say you love me," he said coldly, "but you act like I'm poison whenever I touch you. I just want to see how precious your body really is." Sarah struggled desperately, tears streaming down her face. "I will never forgive you," she cried again and again. "Not for the rest of my life." For a moment Charles froze, staring into her tear-filled eyes. Something in her words seemed to shake him. Suddenly he released her, stood up, and walked away in silence. The next afternoon at the 80-story headquarters of Thomas Corporation, Sarah waited outside the conference hall while Charles held a meeting. Her heart was completely exhausted. After an hour, she finally made a decision. She returned to her office and wrote a resignation letter. 1 year of love, 1 year of humiliation she couldn't endure it anymore.